Hello, I'm Becky Brodier, Associate Superintendent with Anoka-Hennepin Schools, here to talk with you tonight about our middle school program review. Our desired outcomes of the program review are to improve student achievement, improve student behavior, and reduce costs while maintaining high-quality exploratory programming. The last time this review was conducted was in 2009 when we transitioned from the 7-period 2-semester schedule to a 7-period 3-trimester schedule. In 2009, we explored 4 different schedules. The 7x2, which was the schedule we were on, the 7-period 3-trimester schedule, a 6-period 3-trimester schedule, and a 5-period 3-trimester schedule. At that time, the support and feedback was split between the 6 and 7-period day, with little to no support for the 5-period day. The Schedule Review Committee recommended to the school board that we transition to the 7x3 schedule for the fall of 2010. A robust review of the schedules was done in 2009, and we identified gains and losses of both of those schedules. The gains identified in a 6-period day include increased instructional time per class per day, allowing for more time in our core classes and lab or project-based classes, fewer passing times, therefore reducing transitions and potential disruptions, fewer class periods per day for students to manage, which we found especially beneficial for special education and multilingual students, and the 6-period day has the greatest cost efficiency of all the schedules explored. The identified gains of a 7-period day where it maintains teacher collaboration time and student supervision by teaching staff during the day. It was the most familiar schedule to students and families, and it maintains the greatest elective choice, especially for students in intervention courses. The identified losses of a 6 and 7-period day are as follows. The 6-period day reduced or eliminated teacher collaboration time and student supervision by teaching staff during the day. The bell times that were reviewed at that time showed a potential reduction in advisory time and reduces elective choices, especially for those students in interventions. The losses of a 7-period day are there are no budgetary savings, and in fact, it is the most expensive of all the schedules explored. There are shorter class periods than the 5 or 6-period day, reducing time for instruction and lab or project-based courses and assignments. Increased task and assignment management for students, and involves the most transitions and passing times. That brings us forward to our current middle school schedule review. We noticed that the identified losses and gains would remain the same here in 2024 as they were in 2009. Let's look a little deeper into the differences between the 6-period and 7-period day. On the 7-period day, students' classes are 46 minutes long, and teachers teach 5 of 7 class periods, or 71.4% of their day is spent in direct instruction. The average class size in middle school is 34.58 based on our base staffing ratio. The staffing ratio is calculated for 1 teacher for every 24.7 students. Because teachers teach 5 out of 7 class periods and students need a teacher 7 out of 7 class periods, that staffing ratio equates to the average class size of 34.58. On a 6-period day, students have classes that are 55 minutes long. Teachers teach 5 of 6 class periods, or 83.3% of their day is spent with direct instruction. If we maintain the same average class size we have currently of 34.58, the staffing ratio can be increased by 4.1. The financial impact between the 7-period and 6-period day then is illustrated here. Currently in middle school, we have about 8,425 students. If we look at the 7-period day example, that equates to 341.09 FTE. If we were to transition to a 6-period day with the same number of students and the same average class size, the number of FTE required reduces by 48. The financial impact of that schedule change is a reduction of between $3.5 and $5 million annually. If we were to stay on the 7-period day and save that $3.5 to $5 million annually, our average class size would need to increase from 34.58 to 40.32 to realize the same financial reduction of transitioning to a 6-period day. Please note that these class size averages may be impacted by other cuts during phase 2 of the school board's budget reduction process, and these are just used for example here. The student achievement impacts of transitioning to a 6-period day are around increasing time in core instruction. Students would increase from 46 minutes to 55 minutes per class period, which over the course of the year is an increase of 22.8 hours of instruction. Let's look at our current schedules for comparison. Currently on the 7-period day, our ELA or English classes are 2 47-minute blocks. We have year-long everyday core courses, and our allied arts or elective courses are every other day. For 6th graders, they have 2 class periods with allied arts courses. Their choice is in music. All 6th graders take art, phy-ed, health, and then a choice of band, choir, or orchestra. In 7th grade, they have 2 class periods of electives. All 7th graders take tech ed and FACS, and then they have choice for the other 2 every other day elective options. Currently on the 7-period day, our 8th graders have 1 class period of ELA. Our core courses are every day, all year long, and there's a combination of every other day and every day allied art elective options over 3 course periods, which results in up to 6 allied art elective options for 8th graders. If we were to transition to a 6-period day, a potential schedule in 6th grade would maintain the same number of allied art elective courses. We would have ELA science, math, and social studies, and then those 2 class periods of electives. For 7th graders, again, the elective options would remain the same. We would have 1 55-minute class period of ELA and remain with the 4 spots for our elective options. In 8th grade, the impact is a reduction in 1 class period of electives. Again, they would have 4 class periods of their core classes, and the reduction of 1 class period of electives, reducing from 6 options in a 7-period day to 4 options in a 6-period day. The potential impact on student behavior comes from the reduction in transitions and unstructured time from shifting from a 7-period to a 6-period day, fewer passing times, more time in classrooms, less hallway time, and fewer classes for students to manage. This program review is being conducted following a school board approved process for making change. We continue to seek feedback and input from a variety of sources, including families and staff throughout the process. The middle school program review team developed and refined recommendations based on that feedback. Our leadership teams at the district office, including our curriculum advisory committee, the community curriculum advisory committee, and our curriculum instruction and assessment committee, all review feedback and recommendations to come forward with final recommendations for the school board to make decisions on. Anoka-Hennepin Schools announced a 2-phase reduction and realignment plan in February of 2024 with a preliminary goal of reducing $30 million from the district expenditures in the 2025-26 budget. The strategy regarding the 2-phase budget reduction process is to take immediate action to reduce central office staff in phase 1 to minimize the impact of school and district-wide phase 2 reductions. Phase 1 personnel actions were enacted by March 1st of 2024 and will be incorporated into the planning and approval process for the 24-25 budget that the board will approve in June. Phase 2 budget reductions currently amount to an additional $21 million in reductions that will be included in the FY26 budget. In order for our impacts to be prepared for the 25-26 school year, we need to make decisions now. The decision-making timeline outlined here shows in order for us to be ready to implement those changes in the 25-26 school year, we need to review the schedule impacts here in April and the spring and summer of 2024, looking for board action on a decision sometime this summer or early fall. Our updated registration guides then will be prepared in October of 2024 for students to schedule and choose courses in January of 2005. We will spend next summer of 2025 writing curriculum and updating our curriculum documents. We appreciate your feedback and seek your input using a Google form that you can find here or linked on our website. Thank you.